Hi, this is Deepak again. Today we are going to see how we combine data from multiple Excel files and at the same time we'll automate this for future that on one click we can do the same thing over and over for the new data comes in. Okay, so let me just show you my sample files. There are three Excels, Jan, Feb, and March in data source folder, and each file has some more or less similar data like this. Okay. So let me just close it and let's jump in Power Query user interface, data, get data from files from folder. I double click on my source folder and go to open and click transform. First of all, we will see how the user interface combine the data and how many steps it creates. So right now I'm going to click on this because this content has all the Excel workbooks. So I will click on here. It will ask for which table, give me a table based on which I can combine the data. So I can click on here and click OK. Let's wait. Okay, so we don't need to refresh for now. And as you see on the right side, it has combined the data, surely, yes. But at the right side of the pane, you see it has created 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Almost 7 steps. So more steps, the more the query is bigger, and more the query is bigger, the performance of the Excel is slowed down. Imagine when the data set is too big. Yeah. So in this video, we are going to create as many as less or as uh, minimal steps as we can. Okay, to keep the query clean and shorter, reducing the steps. Okay, so again, we are now in Power Query. All right. Okay, so let me write a function here. Click on fx and write a function table dot add column. Table dot add column needs a column name. It says, oh, give me a name of the column you want to create. I want to give it name as tables, and then it says give me a now column generated as function. I will write I will write function after each Excel dot workbook open parenthesis. Then it says give me a workbook as binary. So our workbooks are already in this binary. I mean the in column content. So what I'll do, I'll write open the square bracket and write content in square brackets and close the parenthesis. At the extreme right, if you look at here, I have created this new column tables. Each row has table and each table has this inside another table, which is not actually our data that what we need. It's a table that we need to access to get actual data. So just to little bit explaining things. Okay, so we are going to do next is to access this kind column. In kind column, we are going to filter out the rows. In each table, we are going to filter out rows with table. Okay, and next in the same at the same time, we are going to access this column data because this column data has the actual tables with actual data that we need. Okay, let's see how we do it. I will click at fx another step, and then okay, I will not open the bracket, but I will access the column tables here, tables. So this table has generated a list with tables, the same tables inside. Yeah. Right now, what I'm going to do, because we have list now, so to work with list, I need a function called list.transform and open the comma and then it says transform as a function. Now I will write a function called table dot select rows. Sorry, table dot select rows, open parenthesis, and then I will write underscore and comma. Underscore means nothing, but let me just tell you. If I click on this white space, sorry, that underscore which I wrote there means each row of the table, each record. So that's why I want to access the each record of the table inside, and then say go to column kind, which should and filter out the data, all the rows with named table. Okay, so now we see that we have been able to filter out kind column with row table only. Previously we had two items here. Now we have one. Okay. So at the next step I said we are going to need this column because this column data has this actual data that we need. So in the last before the last bracket I would write this in square bracket the column name data, and this table has now converted into list. Now this list has the table which has actual data that we are going to need. So quickly we are going to, let me expand it, going to write list dot combine close bracket. Now those lists have converted into table, and now we are actually with our data that we need. Okay, so with actual table. So what we are going to do next, we just write table dot combine and close the parenthesis and click enter. Okay, so that's it. We have been able to combine all our tables, all our files, sorry, in just three steps. One, two, and three, not seven or six. Yeah, shorter query will help our Excel to perform better. Let me just go to load it in existing worksheet here, and that's all. Let's test if it works or not. Right now we have January, February, March. Let me just go to my rough folder wherein I have April, May, June dummy files and paste them here. Now we have put or added up new files, imagining in future something like this happens. Now in data source, I have six files until June. Let me go to my output. This is the output. Go to data, putting the cursor here, data, and click on refresh. Let's see. You see, we have been able to combine just not those which were already in our data source folder, but also those files we have just added. Now, in future, more files keep adding up. The data will also continue getting added up. So yeah, nothing, you don't have to do anything from the scratch. It's just one click and refresh. And that's all. This was it. Thank you. I hope you like it. Bye.